So they say that college is supposed to be one of the most exciting times of your life. What they usually don't tell you is that excitement is kind of like the weather. It can be good some days and it can be bad other days. So the first few days at college at the University of Maryland down in College Park, any chirps in the house? Yeah! That's exciting. So the first few days were filled with that kind of good excitement. So meeting tons of new people, and perhaps most exciting of all, I found out that the dining hall served chicken fingers and Belgian waffles topped with ice cream until 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's the good excitement. A week into my freshman year, first time living at home though, I get my first email from the police captain. Police alert. A student was found dead outside of a fraternity last night. This was not the kind of excitement I signed up for. They didn't know what happened. They just know that a student was found dead outside of fraternities on our campus. Really, really bizarre. Really, really shaking the sort of mood of all of us freshmen here on campus. So we went on with our week while the police did their investigation, and didn't really think a lot about it after that. And then about 1 week later, actually it was exactly 1 week later, I rolled out of bed. I wanted to become this person who checked the news every morning before class, but I was a freshman. This was a 9:30 class. So I rolled out of bed and went straight to class. This was the physics of music. This was not a class for a major. This is one of those classes where you've got to take a science class, so I thought, the physics of music. Why not? So the professor for this class is about 5'4", not very big in stature, and he's teaching the physics of music to a bunch of freshmen who don't really care. He decides, I want the coolest classroom on campus. So he signs up for this classroom where he's in the physics building and the stage rotates. So picture me here, and then picture me on the other side of that wall. And then picture the whole thing that I'm standing on right now, instead of being the stage, being a giant circular platform that spins around. And so the other me was standing on the other side. As the platform rotated around, I would show up. And so this little 5'4" professor teaching the physics of music would spin around on this platform as he entered into class and said, now we are in the physics of music. So I show up to the physics of music and I don't really know what's going on that day, but as the stage is spinning around, I can see into the back room and there was a TV on. And on the TV I see the weirdest thing. I see a plane flying into a building. September 11th. And I have no idea what's going on. I turn to the person next to me and I'm like, was that a plane flying into the World Trade Center? And she apparently, done her stuff, gotten up early, kind of saw the news, and was like, yeah, they don't really know what's going on. So, yeah, we had class. I sat there and drew sine waves and cosine waves as the Twin Towers collapsed. And so I came out of the physics of music and I didn't know what to do. I mean, I had seen this really, really surreal thing of not only classrooms that spun around in circles while the teacher showed up, but then as that happened, I saw a plane flying into this building I knew from when I grew up in New Jersey. So I didn't know what to do, so I started walking to class, and I walked across campus. There in the middle of our campus, on the campus mall, one of the service crew had pulled up his pickup truck and he'd taken out a portable radio and put it down, and that's where I heard Tom Brokaw say that the Twin Towers had collapsed. And then from there, I mean, sort of everybody knows the story. The next few days are a blur. I'm just watching the news, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to make sense of it all. So that was the other kind of excitement that happened. So after that, we sort of tried to get back into class, try to get going, and we're getting into a rhythm about 2 weeks later, and a storm starts rolling through our campus. And it starts to sound a little louder, watching people racing to the dining hall. We're freshmen, we think it's pretty funny as they're racing away from the thunderstorm. And then I see the trees start bending to the ground. And then I see the bottle of Febreze that's sitting on my open windowsill being sucked out of the screen as I watch the storm approaching. And then I hear the sound of a train approaching, except we're nowhere near train tracks. And my roommate screams to me to slam the window shut and grab my camera. I don't know why he had the foresight to say grab my camera, but I grabbed my camera just in time to snap pictures of the tornado's funnel going by our campus dorm room in College Park, Maryland. This is not Kansas. This is, you know, the suburbs of DC. We're not used to seeing tornadoes. This is 2 weeks after 9/11, and here we're seeing a tornado come through the back of our window. So I take pictures, and then the next 2 weeks are spent digging up the debris on our campus from that. We're trying to find out which dining halls are still open because some of the buildings have collapsed. 2 of our classmates died, so now 3 of our classmates have died in the first 3 weeks of school. This is not the excitement that I signed up for. Finally, 3 weeks later, we're getting back into a rhythm. Nothing's happened since then. And our college football team is playing on national TV. We're playing Georgia Tech. We've got a new coach, the Fridge. And we finally started to string some wins together. We've been 5-11 in season 4, and we're finally stringing some wins together on national TV. And it's coming down to the end of the game, 4th quarter, time's running out. And our kicker, Nick Novak, a freshman who missed all these field goals prior to then, he's lining up for a kick to tie the game on national TV. I've got 2 of my friends down from Jersey, and we're watching, and we're just hoping that this kick goes through. And he kicks it, and the referee puts his arms up, and the kick is good. We've tied the game. We go into overtime, and he gets a chance to do it again. He's missed all these kicks. We figure there's no way he can beat a ranked Georgia team on national TV. Kick is up. It's good. We win the game. Everybody spontaneously spills out of the dorm rooms. 4,000 freshmen spilling out of every possible building on campus. And we all start spontaneously running down to Fraternity Row, this big grassy area in the middle of campus. And as we're running down there, we're screaming, "Let's go, Maryland! Let's go, Maryland!" And then we start screaming, "USA! USA!" And the mood was just this equal mix between catharsis and collective joy as we let out the tension of this month of this excitement that we did not sign up for. And as we celebrated there together on Fraternity Row, celebrating this football win, we realized how resilient we were becoming. As a football team pulling it together at the last minute, as a community that was just beginning to form, and each of us as individuals trying to become the adults that we were there to turn